Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be doing some more requested reaction videos, and this video is requested by Orion or Orion Alternate History. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. It would have been better if you just called yourself Oreo Alternate History. That's a better name right there. But yeah, the request is The Insane Story of Red Alert Terribly Summarized. Okay, Red Alert is part of the Command & Conquer franchise, an excellent franchise until the one game that destroyed it all and brought it all down to rubble and destruction and turned it and bloody cremated the entire franchise. It basically obliterated it. You know what I'm talking about for those Command & Conquer fans out there. We're going there. Cover your ears for those who are weak-hearted. We're talking about Command & Conquer 4, Tiberium Twilight. There, I said it. I blasphemed. That game is not even bloody considered a part of the Command & Conquer franchise. You know, even dedicated Command & Conquer people don't even want to remember that piece of shit. It wasn't even anything remotely feeling like a Command & Conquer game. I mean, it had, you know, Kane in it and everything. I mean, his acting was good and everything, but the game, it was just something completely different. Honestly, it was just bad. But yeah, I've played the Command & Conquer game for the Nintendo 64, the PlayStation 1, and I've also played it for the PC. Hell, I've even got the Origin sort of Command & Conquer Ultimate Collection. I bought the physical copy, which had a digital code in it. It didn't have a disc. I don't understand that. I never understood the need to create a physical copy and then have a digital code where you have to download it online. You might as well buy it online. I just don't understand that. It's baffling. But yeah, I think they're also gonna be making another Command & Conquer. They're not another. There's a Command & Conquer Remastered, which is very exciting. I've definitely gonna pre-order that. I'm very pumped up and excited because I've been waiting for that for a long time. You know, rumors have been going out for years about a sort of remastered edition of Command & Conquer. Command & Conquer Generals definitely needs a remaster. It definitely needs a boost up. We definitely need to see that revitalized because that's a great game. They need to expand on that as well. Like Command & Conquer General Zero as well. That's the expansion pack and stuff. It just needs a little bit of makeup, freshen up a little bit. But yeah, as I said, I'm a huge Command & Conquer fan. I always choose the nod side. I'm a huge Kane fan. Peace through power. And Kane lives in death. But still, like I said, the ultimate weapon of mass destruction was Command & Conquer 4 Tiberium Twilight. That was the death of the franchise. Not Red Alert or anything like that. That was when they put the nail through the coffin. That was the moment when we knew that the franchise was dead. But yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. Just want to explain my Command & Conquer history with you, because I'm a huge Command & Conquer fan.
Is it his wealth, his looks, the love of his friends?
God, I've been playing it for like 10, 12
wrong.
years.
All those are
even
wrong.
Longer.
There is only one thing that truly defines a man.
Oh, yes. Red Alert had a pretty insane story, so let's talk about that. All the stories were wacky and silly.
I use alternate history in my videos to discuss
but they were fun.
real-world questions.
The law's
Makes
good.
us think about how we got to where we are today. Perspective on how events shape who we are as people, nations, cultures. This isn't one of those videos. We're going to talk about another part of alternate history. The part where giant Japanese samurai mechs
Wasn't Tim
invade
Curry
Berlin,
in one of these Red
where
Alert
Hitler
games
is
or
killed
something?
by a handshake, where cutscenes look like they were filmed for an 80s
No, there we go, Tim Curry. I was just talking
I
about it.
didn't care.
I was
blew my
remembering the
freaking
characters.
mind. Command & Conquer.
Oh, the fucking music. God bless it.
Now,
What's
if you don't
the
know what
Imperial
I'm talking
March?
about, that's okay.
Or was it? I can't
I don't
remember.
blame you for not knowing. CNC hasn't been that relevant this decade, since EA drove the franchise into an early grave like it was gonna talk.
Yeah, they made that fucking mobile game, didn't they?
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't
They
been corrupted
destroyed
by
the
capitalism.
franchise.
space.
I want to enlighten you on a blessed series that placed the seed of that alternate history craziness into my young, impressionable mind. The Red Alert
James
series.
Earl
Is
Jones,
it realistic? No.
Darth Vader,
Does it
the
have to
voice
be?
of Darth
Of
Vader
course
was
not.
in this
This isn't
Commander and
really a
Conquer
video
as well.
about lore, since there really isn't a lot of
They had
it.
a lot of quite
Maybe
a popular
I just won't talk about it. It's my
stars.
channel, who cares?
Turn up a little bit for you. I love this music.
Most people agree World War II wasn't the best time, and in a post-war 1946, in the middle of the desert, the man himself, Albert Einstein, wanted to live in a world where such a tragedy never occurred. And so he came up with an idea, a machine to travel through time.
Of
And he
course.
built that machine to travel back in time to undo the future that is a coup, or Hitler. He goes back in time and kills Hitler before he can mess everything up. But Cody, if he went back in time to kill Hitler and everything changed, then why would he ever need to go back if he came from a present that never heard of Hitler? It's a strategy game from the
paradox, who
90s.
knows?
Don't think about it. Because Hitler now never came to power, instead of Nazi Germany waging war against everyone causing World War II,
That's
the
YouTube.
Soviet Union decides to invade all of Europe.
Because of course they would
Each
have.
Command and Conquer game has multiple endings because you can play as both sides. And since there's multiple games, well,
yes.
some endings just aren't going to be canon.
Soviet campaign.
If you play as the
Soviets.
Soviets, then hot dog congrats, baby. You get to lead the invasion of Europe, country by country, using your strangely advanced technology like iron curtains and Tesla coils as you slowly
Tesla
make your way to
coils,
stop
yes.
Brexit. Along the way, your contemporaries will die, but because you are the main player, you survive Stalin's wrath.
What were those
drunkenness,
nod things,
play with
obelisks
women,
or whatever?
by playing the game well. Oh, Stalin.
The obelisks
such
tower,
a
whatever
way
the hell
with
they were
words.
called.
By the
I love
conclusion,
those,
you have
they're so
successfully
overpowered.
conquered Britain. The USSR now controls all of Europe. As for Stalin, oops. Well, what about the Allied campaign?
Kinda.
As commander, you successfully beat back the Soviets, using their own weapons against them, preventing them from bombing Britain. You've seen enough of these resistance storylines, you can kinda get the deal. Poor Stalin, boy just can't catch a break. There really isn't much to be said because the plot doesn't really matter. The state of the world is either going to be Allies win or Soviets win. But the games do pick a favorite because you can't just have the Soviets win. That would be boring.
This is Dugan.
Hey Alex, it's me, Reggie.
Oh boy. Commander and Conquer. Red Alert 2.
It's been 30 years since the end of the war, and what do you know, we're going with the Allied victory plot, which means this is how Stalin died, and the Allies replaced him with a puppet called Alexander Romanov. If you can't tell by the name, he's a descendant of the Romanovs that the Soviets overthrew in the first place.
Introduce you to my little friend. He's his son.
Well, wouldn't you know it, the Soviets invade again and the US president finds out in a pretty casual way.
We're supposed to be allies, you maniac. I'm the one that put
Yeah,
you
he's
in
from that
office.
TV series. TV series, what was that?
I am not your pet, Mr. President.
Hello, my name is
We Romanovs have our legacy.
Sam or whatever it
I don't
was
give a
that
wooden nickel about your
he
legacy.
played the devil or something.
Yeah, I'd react somewhat mildly annoyed finding out the US is getting invaded on two fronts as well.
I don't
Yeah.
give a wooden nickel about your legacy.
The US try to use their
I think it was like that.
except
Hello, my name
they
is Sam,
can't,
or he
because
played the devil
Yuri the
character.
psychic.
Yuri, oh yes. SpongeBob.
Yes, there are psychics, don't question it. Yuri gives the top
Oh,
secret
God bless
nuclear
SpongeBob.
bases a call and brainwashes them to do this.
Or they'll explode under... The silo doors are closed.
And thus begins our conflict. Alright, you know the drill. 2 campaigns, 2 outcomes. Let's do it. Well, uh-oh, what's a good old boy to do? The Reds are on your shore, Commander. After taking a few places back from the Soviets, including the Statue of Liberty, which really has no strategic importance, that old scoundrel Yuri uses mind control on the President and the top
I think I remember
generals.
playing Red Alert
war
also
is
for the
over.
Xbox 360.
What I've come to realize is that the commies and us want the same thing.
Triggered.
You know, female
I don't think we need to hear any more of that.
So how'd Yuri do it? Well, he created a psychic beacon, which does pretty much what it sounds like. They build one in Chicago. Gotta go stop them. Ah, darn.
The United States was Romanov's first target. Join our fight, or we will not be his last.
So after the European powers, somehow not under control of the Soviets, even though the Soviets now control the US, decide, hey, maybe we should help. They hop on board with the Americans. The best way to take the Soviets down is to chop the head off, of course. And guess who's going to help with that?
I have something to, how shall we say, even the score, yeah?
Guess that time traveling added 20 years to his life and made him look like Lou Albano.
And if you do drugs, you
Kinda looks like a
before you die.
So you
sort of
take
troll
DC
doll.
back, retake some
Strange.
places in the US, and now are tasked to help Einstein as he creates a chronosphere. Pretty much the same machine as last game, but this time it can transportate anything. Plot twist, you transport your forces into Moscow, capture the city, and sneaky Romanov himself.
Ouch.
So what about the Soviet campaign? Well, there isn't much different, except you conquer a little bit of Europe, have a little fun in Paris and Tesla coils, Yuri overthrows
Tesla
Romanov,
coils.
leading to you, the commander, now fighting against him. In the end, Yuri is defeated, nuked. All that is left is his brain, for some reason. But hey, at least now that everyone else is gone, you are the sole leader of the Soviet Union. Congrats, comrade.
What the devil is going on, Lieutenant?
He's surfaced, Mr. President. I'm sure you all recognize this man.
Satisfaction critic. Okay.
This is an expansion that takes place after the Allied victory, and it's something. Let's just go through this in a nice, neat order. Old Yuri is up to his old shenanigans again. After building mind control devices across the entire world, he basically brainwashes everybody. So what do?
I believe we can use it to transport your forces backwards in time.
Pull an endgame, of course. Your forces travel back in time to the start of Red Alert 2 when the Soviets are invading. Yuri is still brainwashing everybody, but using Hollywood and subliminal messages.
He's begun to use the media to spread subliminal propaganda.
2020.
Here's a sample. With the
It's what's happening today.
properties filtered out.
Nostalgia critic.
Turns out knockoff Bill Gates is in trouble because
Massive
Yuri
stuff.
is threatening to nuke him unless he gives him money. Lou Albano is involved again. The war ends with the Soviets and Americans banding together to fight Yuri. Yuri is
Alright.
captured in his secret Antarctica base, and bing bang boom, he's defeated.
Thanks to you, Commander, he won't be able to mind control a fly.
Oh yeah, then the timelines merge for some reason.
Wasn't there a part where it turned into a robot or something like that? There was a robot.
The Soviet campaign
Remember.
isn't that different, except Yuri is defeated by the Russians.
It was
and
video
you,
game,
the
it was like
commander,
a-
are the sole leader of the Soviet-dominated
Guy
world.
was a robot.
Yuri tries to escape in his own time machine
An android.
and is ate by a T-Rex.
Thanks for coming, everybody! Good night!
You cannot be serious.
Jim Carrey.
Comrade General, a new world order awaits.
He makes a great sort of Russian, doesn't he? Oh, this game is so badass. It's fucking music. Peter Parker dance. I
Oh
love
boy,
that.
it's the end of Red Alert
I do
2,
that all the
or
time.
1. Really any Allied campaign in this timeline, and the Soviets are once again on the brink of defeat. What's a leader to do? What's a Tim Curry to do?
Tim Curry.
Simple.
Time machine.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
Pull an Einstein and travel back in time to kill Einstein.
I'm
Didn't see
familiar
that
with his
coming,
character
did you,
well.
old man?
I know that
You
guy,
see,
but I can't remember what
Einstein
movie
was
he's
what
from.
allowed the Allies to have their powerful weapons, their nukes, their transportation machines, their diabetes. If Einstein is gone, then the Soviets will have an advantage, and in no way would anything possibly go wrong. We created weebs. Yes, that's right. In a world without atomic bombs, somehow the Japanese Empire was able to
yeah.
rise out of horrendous, crushing defeat to become the Empire of the Rising Sun. Even though the Soviets invading Manchuria was actually the main reason for their surrender, not the bombs, but that's okay, no nukes means
cares?
anime mechs. Alright, why not? Thanks
game's
Tim
cool,
Curry,
who
you
cares?
ruined everything.
Our situation is shockingly.
So yeah, there's 3 campaigns in this
Animated.
game. All of them are not that deep, considering a certain company took over, and there's 1 more campaign now.
Yeah, everything EA touches just
Well,
destroys. Don't
Soviets
they?
are in control of Europe, and Britain, once again, is the last bastion. Gotta just go with what you know.
EA seriously
Typical
fucks
events
up
happen.
everything.
You, once again, beat back the Soviets, this time with measles. And the most realistic part of this whole franchise, the Allies and Soviets set aside their differences to fight against anime. Japan is soon pushed back. President Ackerman, and yes, this is J.K. Simmons' most defining role.
Vote for me if you want to live.
That's a guy
goes
from
full
Whiplash
helicopter
or whatever it
rides
was.
and betrays the Soviets.
None of you have the guts to do what needs to be done, so I'm gonna wipe those Soviets off this earth myself.
Are those fucking tears? You gotta cry me a double fucking rainbow?
Poor Teddy. Oh yeah, so allies fight amongst each other, and Jenny McCarthy kills the president. I think she had a child sneeze on him. Well, uh-oh, the Soviets betray you anyway. After some transportation into Leningrad, gee, where did I see this before? Both leaders are imprisoned in ice, and the vice president of the U.S. takes over.
I will take the reins of this great country, and together we will march forward into a bright and prosperous future.
David Hasselhoff. SpongeBob. SquarePants. He's referring a lot of SpongeBob. Yeah, there's a lot of popular actors in the Command & Conquer franchise.
I guess,
You'd be surprised.
There's still a war on 3 fronts. Somehow Japan has a front in Leningrad and Moscow. Flying fortresses beat geography and logistics, I guess. But moving on, after some shenanigans, some betrayal, some fun times, the Soviets decide that they need to assassinate the Emperor.
Did you think it would be so easy?
But George Takei isn't going down without a fight.
George
greatest betrayal of all.
Thank you, Commander, for so thoroughly and brutally dispatching my enemies. But now I'm afraid you have outlived your usefulness.
Thought we were friends, Tim Curry. I did everything for you. And this is how you repay me? Leaders betraying everyone really seems to be the running thing in this game. Well, Tim Curry is beat on his real-life volcano fortress.
This is my timeline.
And all is resolved. Huh. That was easy. Once again, you control the Soviet Union. But oh no, here comes the
Japanese campaign. They win. All these campaigns said the same. Except the president was a robot. Yeah, this is the robot, yeah. There's never gonna be a red love for no. EA kills every franchise they touch. Yes. You said it. You said it. Preach it. Do 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 do. God, I love the Command & Conquer franchise. Honest to God. Until they fucked it all up. Okay, that was the insane story of Red Alert, terribly summarized. Yeah, that was a good sort of video. Like I said, I'm a huge Command & Conquer fan. I love the lore, I love the story. It's also a very fascinating game to play. If you haven't played it before, I recommend it. It's a great it's a great game, honestly. Well, there's more than one. There's so many. Yeah, you've got to get the I would maybe wait for the sort of remastered Command & Conquer game to come out, and then give that a try, because maybe that will allure you into the franchise. You know, playing those old games may not be the best for 2020. So maybe a little bit updated, freshened breath, sort of improved mechanics of the game, maybe the best way to introduce you into the game. So maybe wait for the remastered, and then give the remastered a try to get you sort of settled into the game. I don't know, maybe that will entice you. But yeah, the insane story of Red Alert, terribly summarized. It was a good video. The Command & Conquer franchise is fun to play, apart from that one. You know, the one that shall not be named. But yeah, EA, why does EA fuck everything? Honestly, everything they touch, they turn to shit and piss. They've always got to add fucking microtransactions to everything. They've always, honest to God, I just wish they would leave things alone. Just let the, game developers and just do their jobs without them having to fucking stick their finger in every single fucking pie. Just EA, go away. EA is the most evil fucking corporation there is. I mean, the epiphany of death and destruction. EA is the eternal anal of death. That is the best way to describe that. That doesn't make sense, but just go with it, alright? Even the case, I hate EA. I truly do. It's incredible they're still in business, but of course they're all about money. That's all they care about is money. They don't give a shit if the game's terrible. They're always going to give you half-baked games and sell it piece by piece through microtransactions and paywalls. Oh, those fuckers. So I have a grudge against EA. I do apologize if you are offended, but I really don't respect EA's practices. They truly are a disgusting company. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my content. If you subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.